Every growing organization eventually hits a wall with their website. You start with a simple content management system, but as your digital presence expands, the foundation you built on begins to fracture under the weight. You see the symptoms when you try to force a basic platform to do things it wasn't designed for. Managing a massive product catalog becomes sluggish. Multi-department publishing workflows get chaotic. Deep multilingual requirements turn into a tangled mess of plugins that constantly conflict with one another. At this stage, the standard advice is to migrate to a commercial enterprise platform. Systems like Sitecore or Adobe Experience Manager are built specifically to carry that heavy structural weight. But that structural capacity comes with a massive financial roadblock. These commercial platforms find themselves caught in a trap. You either break a free, simple tool by overextending it, or you break your operational budget paying for a commercial enterprise platform. There is a third option. Drupal has been in active development since 2001, and it is the primary open-source alternative for enterprise scale. It carries the trust of government agencies, major universities, and large global organizations. Its primary financial advantage is straightforward. The core software carries $0 in licensing fees. But that lack of a price tag comes with a very specific trade-off. You are exchanging the out-of-the-box simplicity of a basic CMS for enterprise-grade flexibility and a steep technical learning curve. This quadrant chart maps CMS options, comparing organizational complexity against budget. Bottom left is WordPress, low complexity, low budget. Top right are commercial systems like Sitecore, high complexity, high budget. Drupal sits uniquely in the bottom right, the high complexity, lower budget solution. The question is whether your business actually needs that complexity. We have to define exactly when trading a heavy software fee for heavy technical requirements is the right strategic move for your organization. Drupal functions as a flexible data modeling engine, designed to define custom structured content far beyond basic blog posts and pages. Because it operates as an engine, you cannot just install it and start typing. It requires deep upfront architectural planning. You have to map out and define your custom content types before the site can even be built. Looking at this comparison table, the architectural differences become clear. WordPress relies on a plug-and-play approach. Paid enterprise systems require deep structure. Drupal matches that exact same enterprise depth. The outcome of that upfront modeling is a highly organized, searchable database. It allowed us to reliably manage intricate multi-department directories or massive filtered product catalogs without relying on fragile third-party code. You lose the ability to install a theme and immediately launch a page. In return, you gain the foundation necessary to scale complex data without the system breaking down. That structural control extends to your team. Drupal allows you to configure granular role management and integrate directly with enterprise single sign-on identity systems. In practice, this means department heads can be restricted to managing only their specific content silos. They can draft and edit, while a central communications team retains global oversight and final publishing approval. Adding permissions to our table, WordPress offers basic roles. But both paid enterprise platforms and Drupal provide the exact same enterprise-grade access control necessary for complex organizational hierarchies. This level of control is backed by a dedicated security team and a highly rigorous patch release process. It's the primary reason Drupal is trusted by government agencies handling highly sensitive public data. Granular access control and strict security protocols are costly overkill for a small team running a simple blog, but for enterprise scale, they are a non-negotiable compliance requirement. This stacked bar chart compares the total cost of ownership over a 3-year period. On the left, paid enterprise systems carry a massive recurring licensing segment on top of setup costs. On the right, Drupal eliminates the licensing segment entirely, though the initial setup and development segment is larger. Even with those higher development costs, the net savings of choosing Drupal over a 3-year window are substantial. You achieve those savings by accepting the reality of the open source model. The software is free, but because it is complex, you must allocate budget to hire a specialized Drupal development agency for the implementation. A custom build from an experienced agency typically ranges from $10,000 to $50,000, depending on the complexity of your content models and data migration. That is a high upfront investment in specialized developer talent. But mathematically, it is quickly justified by the complete, permanent elimination of commercial licensing fees. The final trade-off happens in the day-to-day operations. Drupal's backend interface prioritizes strict content governance over user convenience. It does not look like a modern drag-and-drop page builder. Marketing teams and content editors moving from simpler platforms will face a steeper learning curve. You need to budget time for dedicated onboarding and training. You also have to plan for ongoing technical maintenance. Applying the regular updates and security patches in a complex Drupal environment requires dedicated developer or IT support. You cannot just click an auto-update button and hope nothing breaks. If you want to bypass the standard backend entirely, Drupal supports decoupled architecture. You can use Drupal purely as a headless backend to manage the data, while separate custom applications serve as the visual frontend. Ultimately, the ongoing cost of Drupal is paid in training time and IT maintenance. You sacrifice immediate editor convenience in order to strictly enforce enterprise brand governance. Choosing Drupal purely because it is labeled free is the most common, expensive mistake a standard business can make. This decision tree flowchart provides a definitive way to filter your CMS options. The first note: is your content highly structured or multi-departmental? If your answer is no, and you just need a straightforward website, stop right here. Direct your resources to WordPress. If yes, you move to the second filter. Do you have the budget for a specialized dev agency or a dedicated in-house tech team? If you lack technical resources, you need to reassess your project scope. If you have the budget, the final filter is operational. Are you willing to train your editors on a complex backend? If yes, Drupal is exactly what you need. If your primary goal is rapid deployment and you do not have a technical budget, Drupal will act as a trap. Stick to simpler platforms. Drupal is perfect for mid to large organizations, universities, and government agencies. It is built for teams that require strict security mandates, intricate content mapping, and complex departmental workflows. It delivers maximum enterprise-grade capability per dollar spent. You get that value by trading recurring software fees for a one-time upfront development investment. What you are building is an enterprise-grade foundation designed specifically to handle massive, secure scale. If your organizational structure has genuinely outgrown standard platforms, Drupal is the most cost-effective enterprise jump available today. But what if you only need the backend? In our next episode, we're looking at Strapi, a free headless CMS built specifically for developers building custom digital experiences. Stay subscribed as we continue our series on open source software for SMEs.